Alright, welcome back to another one of these little drum tutorial thingies. So last time we talked about working up through like the X16 meters using permutations of just paradiddles. And this time we're going to do some example like patterns that you might actually put in a song. They're not quite as dry and like, you know, they're not just, you know, it was kind of dry. It was a cool thing, but it's obviously like a practice routine, and we're trying to make it a little bit more musical, as people would say. So I'm not gonna really like go back over how I'm sticking these things. The video's there. If you haven't seen it, go maybe watch that if you get lost at some point. But it's not really that complicated. It's just paradiddles with little variations to fit the meter. And so what I'm doing is taking just different stickings out of that and combining them in different ways, orchestrating them in different ways around the kit, and adding in other materials so it's not just, you know, dry paradiddles all the time. So we're going to start with just dry paradiddles all the time. The first example is a really simple one. We're going to do an 11 and then a 15. So the 11 is going to be, okay? And then the 15 is going to be, I played it twice in a row for some reason. I'm going to try to like move through these quickly because I want to get through a couple examples and don't want to spend too much time talking and have like a 50-minute video that nobody wants to see. I'm helping that by talking right now. So those two things together. Alright. So, pretty simple, but it has like a nice flow to it. It's got a little bit of color with the ride accents. Very simple kick pattern. So like that's pretty much just taking those two measures as they were. I mean, obviously the orchestration's a little different, the kick pattern's different, but just as they were out of the thing from the last video. Just pick the 11, pick the 15, jam them together. Boom, you got a cool math rock groove. So it's a very intuitive little like kind of cheat sheet to quickly get into this stuff. Yeah, all right. So let's just keep running through them. The next one's kind of based around instead of just paradiddles, like one and kind of gallop rhythms. And we're gonna do a bar of 7/8 like that. And then the 7/16 sticking, and then a bar of 2/4 going. So breaking the gallop on the last one to put the on the snare instead of the ride, and then another bar of 7, and then a bar of 5 as 2/3, and then downbeat. So. Stringing that all together, hopefully that made sense. Okay? And then a little faster. Again, nothing too crazy, but I mean, it's got like a weird jagged sort of vibe, but it's when you break it down, it's really intuitive to kind of like just throw the sticking together piecemeal. Again, it's like a cheat sheet. You're cheating basically. You're cheating to pretend you're good at the drums, Or you might actually be good at the drums, and then you can just take the concepts, but I'm not. So I'm gonna cheat and just do these simple stickings to make it sound like I know what I'm doing. Alright, so the next one I think is probably the coolest example out of the group. So I probably should have saved it for like last or first. I'm gonna put it third for no particular reason. So we're gonna have a 19 paradiddles alternating between the two rides, and then, well, just 5. And we're gonna put a rest on the end, so there's the downbeat. I should have played the downbeat. Okay, and then a bar of 13. Right. So. Okay, and we're gonna repeat that, but put it in like a 4-bar phrase and kind of do neat stuff for the orchestration. So crash and the downbeat of bar 1, and then other than that the 19s are identical. And then for the 13s, the first time we're going to put the little like 5 accents on the toms moving up, so, and then the last time we're going to move it to the hi-hat and snare, so. And then running through the whole thing slowly. Okay? It looks like there's clouds or something developing outside. Hopefully it's not too dark to see, or I'll just reshoot the entire thing later. I can't describe how that one is super fun to play. You're moving, basically you're using everything on the, I mean this is kind of a small setup I have, but I'm using every single voice on it. You get to move around and do neat stuff. That one's just really, really fun to play. And again, it's not that complicated. It's just a 19 and a 13. The 19 has that rest in there. But, you know, it's very simple to kind of pick up and get into. Okay, what do I want to do next? We'll do, let's do the 3/4. So these don't have to all be crazy, right? Like maybe you're not in a position where you can play a lot of crazy math rock stuff. You can still use the concepts. So we can do like a bar of just like a 3/4, kind of like tom-centric groove. We're going to do a 7 and a 5. The 7 as, and the 5 as. So right, left, right, right, left, accenting on the last beat, and the 7 is the same 7 from the last time. That was a horrible explanation. I'm gonna do the typical 7, and then the 5 is right, left, right, right, left. We're gonna do the start of each group on this, and then the rest on the low tom and everything else on the snare, and just keep quarter notes under it. So. Try to get a little fancy fucked up. You just a really basic, you could, you know, just throw that under like a bridge in a 3/4 normal rock song, and I don't think anyone would freak out, but it kind of, this weird sticking sort of gives it a nice a nice angular vibe to it, even though the meter itself isn't angular. So that's a neat trick, right? And I imagine, like, if you're doing 4/4 stuff, you could just like basically just take stickings and jam them in and make them fit, and your fills get cooler. And you can act like you're playing in a cool band. All right, so another 1 bar thing. We're just gonna do a bar of 27. We're going to do our paradiddles are on the off beats. So, and everything else is just like rides, and then we have our normal fit at the end. So, right, and the kick's just 1 and of 3, and then 5 and. So the fill there is just, so 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. Just kind of jam it in there. Kind of got sloppy there too, but you know, just you don't have to do a lot of mixed meter stuff. You know, just hang out in 27, groove in 27 for a while. Why not? That one's pretty fun. We also have, okay, we're gonna do 3 bars of 5/8, just as it is, which would be the 10 from the last one. Obviously 10/16 is 5/8. And then, so 3 bars of that, and then just 3/4 as. So. Another really easy, simple, but kind of nifty thing you can do. I'm trying to think what's left. I think we just had the 1 left. I don't know if I missed anything that I wanted to do. Hopefully we're getting through these pretty quickly. Some of these videos have been kind of like 3 times as long as they need to be. Okay, so the last one, I believe the last one is we're gonna have 2 bars of 5/16, or you can think of it as like a 5/8, as. Okay. And then we're gonna do a 17. Man, I'm really bad at playing that one slow. Okay. And yeah, so loop that, so. I can't play it that slow. And that's how you know you suck, by the way. If you can't play something like really slow, that means you don't really know it and you do suck. That's proven. Proven, not live but recorded. We'll call it live on air. Proven that I suck. If you can't play it that slow, you're garbage. And I'm garbage. And I know that. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Alright. And then the last part of that, we're going to put... So we're going to play that 4 times and to do a little 7/16 fill, right? Of... And then a rest. Okay, so... And that would be the 4th one. So, a little bit faster. There's a... Okay, that one wasn't my fault. There's a hole in my floor tom head, and I've been really good about not hitting it. But I just jam the stick right in there. It's like smack dab in the center, too. Not taking the blame for that one. The clouds keep coming and going. Hopefully you've seen most of this video. Again, that one's sort of like the other one. Like that, where you get to use like all the kit and it just feels good to, I don't know, that's fun. I need to write more shit like that, because that's fun to play. And it's kind of disorienting, because you have that the fives at the beginning kind of feel like those should be at the end of the pattern, but they're the start, so it's a little bit jarring and disorienting, and that's always neat to place the listener in like the wrong spot. Even as the person playing it, I sometimes feel like, man, I'm stopping at the wrong time. Like when I, it's neat. I like being disoriented. So that's gonna be it for today. I believe. I don't think I forgot anything. But yeah, the takeaway lesson, hopefully you found some of those cool, but the takeaway lesson is that you can just kind of go through that past thing, pick anything, and jam it together. Just be like, alright, I'm gonna do a 12, a 7, and a 15. And that will, see what develops from that. We could just do that, right? Because it's easy. You see how sloppy that was at the start? That was not rehearsed. Improvise, just knowing those patterns from the other things. You can just if you know the progression, just pick any numbers, jam them together, you'll get something cool as a base, and then you can start to play with it. Start to add notes, change the sticking pattern, go to like straight sticking, go to quarter notes, orchestrate around the kit. You can get a really cool, like, fresh sounding skeleton, and then tweak it to like match what suits what you're actually trying to do. But I feel like it's a better starting place than just being like, okay, 4/4 again. Alright, now how do we make that interesting, right? It's like, you have to work way harder to get somewhere cool from that. So I don't know. Hopefully that's helpful, and hopefully this helps somebody make some cool math rock. And as always, if you have cool odd metered music or cool music of any kind, feel free to share it with me. And that will be it, I believe. I will see you in probably like a year when I do another video. Alright, good work. Oh wait, no. I forgot my favorite one. Come back. I forgot about this one. I didn't even practice one of the day because I super forgot about it. Okay, so irrational. Do you remember, like, way before I did a video on irrational time signatures, specifically X12 time signatures? We're gonna jam some of that in there. Okay, so what was this one? It was a 7. Okay. Just a bar of 7, and then first let's look at 4/4. Okay, we're gonna do paradiddle, and then a big triplet thing over it. That's 4/4, right? Just 4/4. And what we're going to do is, instead of doing the whole triplet, we're just going to take the first 4 counts. So I guess the first 2 counts of the big quarter note triplet. And cut off the last 2, which actually puts us into 10/12. which is a time signature, and there's an old video if you want to see more of this shit. It's got irrational time signatures in the title or something, I don't know. So that would be... That's 10-12. Doesn't sound that crazy, right? Alright, so piece it together. Kind of worked in the 14 sticking for the 7/8, make it a little more relevant. That's pretty neat. So maybe we'll do a video soon on mixing in more like irrational and non-irrational time signatures together. I just wanted to do a callback to that because I remember somebody in the comments to that wanted to see something to that effect, where like there was a reason to use the irrational time signature, like to justify counting things in that way, and there you go. So now we're actually done. I can't believe I almost forgot that, because that beat's fucking awesome, I think. So there you go. Now we're done. Go away.